Can't be too bad. I've made it, this is my third time. Yeah, I think it's my third time, so here we go. All right, we got the apple cinnamon beer here. We just put the hydrometer in. We got a 1020. Came down 2 more points since the last time I checked it. We're 15 days in. So yeah, 1020. That equals about almost 6%. So we're gonna do a taste test on this, I guess you'd call it. It's uncarbonated. It's right out of the primary fermenter. No carbonation. Boy, the cinnamon comes through instantly. I use 9 cinnamon sticks on this 5-gallon batch. Can't say that I smell cloves or nothing. Or, of course, I use one of my favorite hops. It's Warrior. They got some nice fruity notes to that hop. It's if you haven't used it, try it. It's a nice bittering hop also. So I'm gonna go in for the taste test. Definitely cinnamon I got. So can't be too bad. I've made it. This is my third time. Yeah, I think it's my third time, so here we go. The apple comes through. The apple and cinnamon are very nice, very nice. And we transferred it into secondary. Normally I don't do secondary fermentation no more. I go 14 days or so, and then I go right to the keg. This one called for it for some reason. It was still gurgling. So I'm going to let it finish. I think I get 7% maybe out of it here if the hydrometer keeps dropping. I just did a test hydrometer reading on it shortly. Oh yeah. I know my wife loves this one. She's a apple cinnamon girl. Like I say, the third time we made it, they come in about 7% every time. You know, give or take a couple points. It's one of our own recipes here. And we enjoy making it in the fall. The next lineup is my chlorophyll breakdown. That's a totally different recipe. We'll get into it. I got to check all the grains here and make sure I got enough. Probably got to place an order. I know I'm running low on yeast. My base grains are good. Some of my other grains, my specialty grains, are not so good. Running low on chocolate, coffee, all kinds of stuff. I got some Munich malt here. I know I got some Maris Otter. I do believe I got 10 pounds of Maris Otter here yet. So I do believe that goes into my chlorophyll breakdown. Once I check the sheet, I'll know. That's the third time we made that one too. That's my fall lineup, I guess that's all I can say. Off making some juice wine today. Some of the ingredients will be the sweet cherry puree. Got some cherry juice here. A gallon, 2 gallons, and then to back it up with some apple juice, and we're gonna make a juicy juice. So let's get on with it. So let's get on with it. Take our sanitized container here. Empty it out. It's a relatively really easy brew here. Simple, simple, simple. Very simple. Not too shabby. Easy to do. Not for me, because I'm not thinking. But what we're gonna do is put the funnel in, and we'll get this filled up and show you what that looks like. You can set this, get an angle here. And all we gotta do is have a good rag. Because my hand is all wet now. There's a good one. To get these open, because it's not easy. Dump her in there, in your sanitized container. Put all the glass ones up first here. Then I'm going to go to my puree. Cherry puree. It's nice and thick. It'll take a while to get through there. Should have used the funnel or the screen. So we're going to remove that screen once I sanitize my hands here. Let's finish pouring the rest of that in there. And we'll get the rest of these in there. Then we'll add our sugars. We'll check it with our refractometer. There's one. Two. And we're also going to hit it with some raisins for the tannins. They mentioned that this juice was all free from my daughter's house. Should be enough to make a nice 5-gallon batch here. Get down to the end there. Hope we left room for the sugar we need. So there. Now we're going to get a handful of raisins. Throw them right up in here. Like that. Handful of raisins. They're good raisins, so get them in there. And we have we heated up some water over here. Put some corn sugar in. Bring up the sugar content here. Get that dissolved in there. It should. Put it all in. Okay. Just a little warm water there so the sugars will dissolve themselves a little bit. And you can see I'm running out of room already, so. Let's get that in. Yeah, running out of room. I'm afraid that's it, my friends. And now for the pitching of the yeast. Montrachet yeast. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Montrachet. I'm not good at French, so why would I be? So we're going to put that in there. Get her in. We're at 1096. Should be about 11-12% wine. Yeast is in. Going to sanitize the bung one more time on the bottom. Just came out of the bucket. And we're done. Let's start fermenting here. Not a bad looking wine. Doesn't take too long. And clean it up. We'll go get it on our fermenting shelf over there. And call it done. Let's see, I'm going to put it right next to that one's empty. Of course, we just fermented the apple cinnamon. Taste test, letting it oxygenate over here to see if we can pick up some off flavors. So we'll set it right here on the shelf here. I think I can carry it. Why wouldn't I? I'm taking the fruit wine today off the secondary. She's still fermenting. You got raisins floating in there. I should have pulled its little dress off so you could see the transfer down here, but it doesn't matter really. She goes quick with the big siphon pump here. See some fruit flies around here. We got to keep an eye on them. But we go off the secondary on this one here. It's a mess of different fruit juices that are fermenting in here very, very nicely. We'll check the tannins later and everything else, and we'll adjust everything to perfection. And we'll get everything in there that is needed, but we're going to ferment this for about 5-6 months like we're going to do the peach wine. And the peach wine's still up here fermenting nicely. It's actually clearing nicely too, without no bentonite yet. The pear wine, clearing nicely, no bentonite yet. They'll be racked here. These two will be racked another 3 weeks. I'll try to keep an update on that there. We're approaching... I believe it's 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks now. When we made the peach wines and the pear wines, we did that in the brew shop out there. So on with this here one, we'll top it off with some extra juice and get a bubbler in there, so we don't have any infections. It's going to be a nice tasting wine.